Hey guys, it's Danny. Alrighty, today we're gonna have a sort of a review for a product that is very widely known and very popular, but at the same time pretty controversial. And this is Superthrive. I know many of you are already acquainted with this product. Maybe many of you have already used it. I didn't so far. In Europe, this product is not widely spread at garden centers, for example, locally. I bought this online, on eBay actually, not even Amazon. So for us here, we kind of need to go through some sort of hassling to get it. Therefore, I don't believe it's widely used in Europe, but I really wanted to try it out because I've heard so many things about this product. This is how it looks like for those of you who are not acquainted with it. And what do you know, we also have an award for this product in 1940, World's Fair Gold Medal. Now, I'm not entirely sure if the medal was given to Superthrive or to the creator of Superthrive, so that's the thing that I'm not sure. But let's take a look at this packaging. This is the, let's say, leaflet that came with it. It's not a leaflet, it's just a sheet of carton, and we also have some instructions here. We'll get to the instructions later, but yeah, very flashy packaging, and as I read on the internet, it used to be even worse than this. Well, worst. It had a lot of claims, this product. Therefore, many people began to be very suspicious of the product. A little insert here, as I was editing, I found a picture of the old packaging. Oh my goodness, look at this. One extra life, or extra life, greatest guarantee offer, proof ever. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. This is the cute one. Millions of molecules of world's science miracles, and each drop. Yeah, it's too much. It's too much. I can see why people were pretty upset with the old packaging. Well, okay, maybe not the 40s, but as far as I understand, the packaging remained the same ever since the 70s or something of the sorts. Well, back then advertising looked a lot different than it looks nowadays, and you know, this is what worked then. So I have no issue with the packaging and all of that. I do have some issues with claims, that's for sure, but anyway, I went on board without any preconceptions. So what is this product supposed to do for our orchids? Well, pretty much make them flourish. I know this is a vague term, but since there are no more claims on the bottle, I read some older packaging that was saying this product gives life to plants, revitalizing them, making them stronger, grow better, pretty much bottom line, make them grow roots a lot faster and a lot better. Reason why many people use it with orchids as well. And what I am about to say now is me reading on the internet. I don't think there is anything of the sorts on the bottle. People suggest that you use this sparingly because it can deform flowers. And so that is exactly what I did. Many orchid enthusiasts use this product when they repot orchids or when they just purchase a new orchid, basically whenever they would need a little boost in root production. But pretty much that's it. Very few people actually use it as a maintenance routine monthly or even every time they fertilize. Very rare. And so the way I used this product was with the orchids that I just transferred in semi-hydroponics. I figured they really could use a little boost if this product enhances or improves root production. Well, those were the perfect candidates. And I've used this product about 2 months ago, I have to say. You will see my rationing behind it, but I think it's enough time for me to draw a conclusion. So bottom line, this product is an additive. It does not take place of the fertilizer. It should be used sparingly, and you'll see the dosage is pretty tiny. And this is supposed to aid plants and orchids that could really use a boost in accommodating to new conditions, new medium, and produce more roots and so on. Now, how does it do so? Let's take a little look at the ingredient list, because this is very interesting. So, the active ingredient here is vitamin B1 or thiamine. Inactive ingredients, isopropyl alcohol, and some other things in very low quantities. But on the front here, it says it includes kelp. This is again very interesting. So with the list of ingredients, yet again I had to go and do some more research because it would appear that this product contains more than it actually says. Don't take it as fact, please. It's just what I read at this point. So a more complete set of ingredients should contain the plant hormones, especially auxin, which is known to be responsible for elongation of cells and aid plants in their growth. Plant hormones are produced by plants as well, but imbalances can always occur, particularly under stress situations. Therefore, this product should aid and should provide the auxin, the growth hormone. And even though it isn't specified in the active ingredients list, as you can see here, some sources imply that kelp has it. There is another product on the market called Kelp Max, which is supposed to only have kelp extracts, and those contain a little bit of nitrogen, a little bit of micro or trace elements, but it also contains auxins. On this product though, the hormone is not mentioned on the list of ingredients. Now, another ingredient that is pretty controversial is vitamin B1. It is the main or active ingredient supposedly in this product. Well, yet again, this comes from me researching the internet. This is something that I've known, or actually I've heard a long time ago. Vitamin B1 is a placebo for plants. Apparently it does nothing for them. Yes, thiamine or B1 is contained within the plants and it has its role, but it would appear that it's not what makes them grow, or it's not something you would want to have in a product that encourages this type of growth. It is not responsible for the benefits this product might have. And of course, down below you'll have some links about this idea, some articles explaining it. It appears to actually be a study that demonstrates vitamin B1 does pretty much nothing for the plants. However, this product still does. It is actually the main or active ingredient specified on the bottle. So assuming that this product contains plant hormones, it should actually have an impact on our plants. And considering that many sources, many orchid growers suggest that overuse of this product can lead to flower deformation, makes me believe that, yeah, there are some plant hormones in this product. It's pretty much the most known factor that influences mutations in flowers and buds. Alrighty, so that's about it on the product. Of course, you'll have down below in the description all of the sources that I based what I just said on, and you will see the sources are not official. I tried to go for people who actually tried and used the product. I was looking for reviews and I found very contradictory stuff. But then again, I really wanted to try it out. So, as I was saying, the orchids that I use this product on are some of the ones that I just transferred to semi-hydroponics, are the oldest ones actually. The way I use this product is 2 drops only of this product per 4 liters, which is pretty much a gallon. This is again an instruction that I read on the orchid forums, since here you have all sorts of other plants. And orchids are a totally different beast than any other plant, any trees and bushes and roses and all of that. So I really wanted, yet again, hands-on experience from orchid enthusiasts and collectors and all of that. So 2 drops per 4 liters, based on the recommendation of 1 or 2 drops per gallon. So I have used this product only once on the orchids that I recently repotted, and also I made sure that the orchids I tested the product on did have roots. I did not do any foliar sprays or anything of the sorts, and pretty much if the orchid did not have roots, there's a very high chance there isn't any product being absorbed in the orchid, so there was no point. I chose the orchids which already had some roots, but they didn't have new roots. I wanted to observe the new root production, and of course they are the oldest. So I'm gonna show you right now the orchids, how they look like. I didn't really film them at the time, but pretty much all of them had some older roots but did not have growing tips or new roots growing. So right now we're just gonna see the new root production. And let's start with this corner. I have 2 phalaenopsis here. One was treated, one was not. The one that was treated is this one. And as you can see, I do have quite a lot of growing roots and a lot of growing root tips. The orchid actually looks pretty well. This orchid was not in the best of shape, but she wasn't in a worse shape either. And I do believe this one did have 1 or 2 growing root tips, the aerial roots, but in the medium she didn't have any root tips growing as far as I remember. This being a phal though, you know, I was expecting it to do okay. Still, I just wanted to try it. And the other one was not treated. Yet again, a mini phalaenopsis, which as you can see, yet again is growing very well, even without the addition of the product. She's creating new roots, but this one looked a little bit better than the other one. Reason why I didn't use the product on this one. Two more orchids that I used the product on were these ones in the back. Now these used to be in a transparent pot until last week, and I'll include some footage from back then so you can see there were no roots actually growing inside the potting medium. I transferred them, but yet again, as you can see, there isn't an abundance of roots being produced at the top. That one has a root here. This one, not so much. Root production is there, but it's actually pretty poor. These are two orchids that were very stressed on transport, and as a result, they are not massively producing roots. Okay, now an orchid which was not treated with Superthrive is this one. And this is one of the Rangises. She had one of the roots actively growing, and I think it was this one, but this one is just sprouting right now, and that one right there I think is new, and this one, oh, this one doesn't have an active root tip, but she's producing some roots, and she was not treated with Superthrive. Another orchid treated with Superthrive was the Dimorphorchis lowi, and this one had some roots, but they weren't growing all that well. I treated it, and the existing roots are still growing pretty well. This guy is doing very well in semi-hydroponics, but as you can see, I don't have any new root being produced at the top. So pretty much it continued its growth, but nothing spectacular to me at this point. An orchid that was not treated with Superthrive is this one. This is the Hoiara Lava Burst, sorry. And as you can see, we do have some new roots being produced here. It's not an abundance, but there is some root production. I would call it very normal root production from the new growths. However, this one was not treated. Another orchid that I treated was the Oncidium pupukea, and there's nothing much happening. These are the old roots. I don't see too many new roots being produced at the top. I do see one new root here, and of course I'm not focused. There you go. And I suspect there are only a few more other roots in the medium, but nothing to blow my mind. Yet again, I consider this pretty normal growth for this type of orchid. Another treated orchid is this one. It's a new one, the Miltonedium exquise fragrance. If you remember, I told you this guy lost its new growths. Well, it is producing quite a lot of new roots. I can see them in the medium. There we go. All of these orchids that I just showed you, they did still have some roots, but I considered they could use some more. This growth is producing new roots right here, and I suspect the other new growth is producing roots as well. But inside the medium, as you can see, there's nothing peeking through just yet. So yeah, new roots, but it's not such a wowing speed anyway. Another orchid that I treated was that one right there, and you might remember this is the Mulier Oncidium that had a nasty infection. I needed to chop off some of the older pseudobulbs. This guy has some roots, some older roots, but nothing new. Absolutely nothing new, sadly. Another orchid I treated was the Cherry Baby that I received earlier this spring, if you remember. It was in bloom. Sadly though, the roots were not in all that great shape, so I really wanted to test the product out. He is growing incredible amounts of roots right now, and he's doing wonderful. I know the pseudobulb is still shriveled, but it used to be worse than that, if you can believe it. He's well on his way to recovery. So this guy was treated, but the other Cherry Baby that I have, that I repotted I think a few days ago, that one was not treated. I received it at a later date, and still the root production was really good on that one as well. So both of these orchids kind of performed the same, and in my opinion and my experience with Cherry Babies, they do produce a lot of roots pretty fast. So yeah, no real difference, but I think this guy was a little bit more stressed than the other one. So I will have to give it that. The treated orchid really wasn't in great shape, and it's now producing quite a lot of roots. And I think the last orchid that I'm going to show you that I treated is the Cattleya right here. And yet again, as you can see, I'm not sure how well you can see because it has a lot of algae. This one has a lot of roots growing, and she's doing really well. Again, this one was pretty stressed out when I purchased it, and because of transport, but now she's doing absolutely fine. This one was treated. Alrighty, so these were a few of the orchids that I treated and that I did not treat. But I would like to show you another thing. So on the screen you'll see some footage right now that I filmed a year ago. pretty much after I repotted my orchids, and the footage you see is taken from a video that I posted on YouTube titled "My Orchids After 2 months" or something of the sort. So pretty much how they're doing after 2 months since I repotted them in Ceramis. And I am doing this update on the Superthrive 2 months after I actually used it. Now here's why. If you can see on the screen, we have quite the nice root production right there. But last year, I definitely did not use any additives. So other than my osmosis water and the fertilizer that I was using sparsely or scarcely, sorry, because they were just bouncing back, other than that, I really didn't use anything. And as you can see, the root production is pretty great there as well. It's very, very comparable to what I have right now, both on the orchids that I treated and the orchids that I did not treat. Therefore, my opinion, my first opinion on the product is that, well, I'm not sure if it does anything, to be honest. Now, I know the knowledge and I know that the hormone should do something, so I'm not denying that. And maybe it did contribute to some stuff, at least to some orchids. Yet again, I'm not denying that. However, I believe that even if you provide some growth hormones to your plants, they will not always 100% guaranteed have some effects on your orchids, good effects in that respect. Because let's think about it. Each orchid has its own internal hormonal balance. Now that balance obviously might differ from orchid to orchid. What you are doing is come with a ratio of hormones and you give the same quantity and ratio to all of the orchids. Due to their own internal balance, with some orchids it might not be enough, with others it might be too much. With others, it might be not in accordance to their season. Maybe they're in the season where they should produce other types of hormones. And if you're giving a particular type of hormone, maybe the orchid will not care and will not even use it. It will not be as impacted as probably other orchids. Now, this is just my theory and my way of explaining why I have such different results. As you noticed, some orchids reacted better to Superthrive, some orchids didn't. Some orchids that were not treated reacted really well after I repotted them, some orchids not so well. So the result that I got is just so inconsistent that it absolutely does not blow my mind. And considering the result that I had last year without any type of additive, I cannot say, yes, the Superthrive is the miracle product. Furthermore, if we consider that vitamin B1 does nothing for growth, then the active ingredient in this product is pretty useless. So if they focus more on the B1 and less on the growth hormone, then yet again, this product might not necessarily be all that great if you're looking for growth. Now, since I purchased it, I'm obviously going to still use it because I do want to see as many instances or examples as I possibly can to make, let's say, a final decision on this product. It obviously didn't do anything bad to my orchids. Well, we're just gonna have to wait and see the blooms, but so far nothing visible. The roots are okay, foliage is okay, don't have any weird mutations. And I know I just made a video about my mutated catasetums. They did not receive Superthrive, don't worry. That was all the fertilizer's fault. So yes, I will continue to use it, but to end this video on a note that I find important, I do not and will never ever believe that any product, no matter how good it is, will always guarantee 100% positive results. And I saved the best for last. This is an orchid that I received from Zane. It's an oncidium that sadly didn't have too many roots. I had this orchid potted in semi-hydro and I did treat it with Superthrive because I knew it had a viable root. Well, what happened ever since? The root died, the orchid is dehydrating, and currently I unpotted it just to see it better, and we'll see if it decides to produce some roots. Well, it was treated, it's still dying. Therefore, this is not a wonder product. But that's okay. No product on the market should be a wonder product. I don't believe such a thing can be created purely because orchids are just so different between them. What works for an orchid might not work for the other. It has to do with many things. And of course, maybe this orchid has a virus or has poor genetics or has an internal disease that I cannot spot. Will this product save it? Obviously not. So I'm not expecting it to be, but this is living proof that this is not the miracle we've all been waiting for. Whether it helps or not, I'm still going to try it out, of course. I have a lot of product and maybe 2 months is really not enough, at least when it comes to orchids getting adjusted to a new setup and helping them out with some more root production. I'm absolutely not impressed and I consider the results that I have very similar to the results I had last year when I did not use any such additives. And as a last note, if you do intend to try out this product, read the instructions carefully, protect your skin, protect your eyes, because this is a very concentrated solution, and I have the funny feeling it's very acid as well. It will irritate the skin, it will irritate the eyes. Always be very cautious with products, particularly the ones that are concentrated. So I'm just gonna put that out there, and yeah, if you've ever used this, let me know in the comments what you thought of it, if you truly saw a difference, or was it just wishful thinking? I'm really stressed about wishful thinking. I do tend to sometimes fall in the trap of that, and I'm trying to be as cold right now as possible in saying that I'm not impressed. I think I'm very honest and as unbiased as possible. So alrighty guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video and you found it useful. If you did enjoy it, you know the drill, leave a like on this video. If you hated it, give it a thumbs down, subscribe to my channel for regular orchids and plants videos, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a video. And with that said, I'll see you all next time. Bye! And due to popular request, here's an outro with Milo. You guys really missed the guy. Now, before I show you the video, just wanted to explain something. I call my bird Bendy. His name is Milo, but Bendy comes from birdie with buddy. Initially it was Bundy, and then it went to Bendy because it sounds cute and it's funny. And it's really funny to tell him he has a bendy face. Alright, so that's why he's Bendy. Bendy? Bendy? Where are you? Bendy? Where are you, Bendy bird?
Okay, thank you.
There you are! Hi, little bird! See what's on the ceiling. What is that? Hello! It's an ant, honey. Hello?
I love Astilbes. Astilbes and Brunera are fantastic. And you can Norway sucks. Denmark is the best. Yeah, that's fancy. I love you, Chris. Rude. Excuse me, you are wrong. You're man. Wow, what an idea. Coming up, the new ideas pad. Good one, Phillips. Thank you, Phillips. We got a long way to go, boys. We got a long way to go. Wait to stop. Remember that, though. You got to play 2 beats in a row and then go.
Bendy?
Yeah, that's really frustrating.
What you doing?